Did you know that there are over 500 versions of the Cinderella story? From ancient times to today, this tale has evolved with the times. And now it's time for an update. In the original tale, Cinderella is basically a doormat. She lets her stepsisters treat her like garbage. She cries about her situation and does nothing to improve it. But I don't think that's a very good message to send to our young girls today. So in this modern twist on the classic fairy tale, we will show Cindy taking charge of her life, learning how to stand up for herself, and embracing her inner strength, so that she can go after what she wants. Let's begin. Cindy lived with her father, her stepmother, and her two stepsisters. Her father was a famous actor who had a large house, lots of money, and most importantly, a heart full of love for his only child. Unfortunately, he passed away when Cindy was just a baby, which left her stepmother, Isabella, free to manipulate him into marrying her. Once they were wed, Isabella brought her daughters, Griselda and Agatha, into the picture, and before long, they began treating Cindy like a servant. Now, mind you, Cindy wasn't your typical, helpless, and weak-willed damsel. She was quite smart, beautiful, and strong-willed, but she was tired of being mistreated by her family, so she wanted to escape. At age 18, Cinderella was ready to move out and start her own life. She had been working at her father's company since she was 16, learning all aspects of the business so that one day she could take over. Now that she was officially an adult, she told her stepmother she was moving out. "Don't be silly, child. You're far too young to move out on your own," said Isabella. "You need your papa and me to look after you. I am 18 years old, almost 19. I have a job and I can take care of myself. I just want to live my own life, not yours," Cindy replied. Her stepmother and stepsisters gasped in horror. It was unheard of for a girl to do such a thing. They all stared at her for a moment, unsure what to say. "Very well," said her stepmother finally. "But if you change your mind, you know where to find us." So Cinderella packed up her things and moved into a small apartment near her office. She had to work extra hours now to pay rent and buy groceries, but she was happy to do so. For the first time in her life, she felt truly free. She didn't have to pretend to be someone she wasn't or listen to anyone who did unrespect her. She was in control of her own destiny, and that felt good. One day while browsing the internet, Cindy came across an article about a charity event being held in the city. The Princess Empowerment Ball was an annual event hosted by the royal family to raise money for various charities that helped underprivileged girls. This year's event was being sponsored by a new company called DreamWorks, whose CEO would be attending along with other influential people from around the world. The dress code for the ball was black tie, and tickets were selling for a whopping $10,000 each. Cindy immediately knew that she wanted to go. She had never been to an event like this before, and it would be a great opportunity for her to network and make some valuable connections. The only problem was that she didn't have $10,000 just lying around. In fact, she was barely making enough to cover her rent and food. But Cindy wasn't about to let that stop her. She started saving every penny she could, cutting back on things like eating out and buying new clothes. She also took on extra shifts at work, so that she could afford to buy a dress for the event. Weeks went by, and Cindy's dream dress arrived. It was a beautiful midnight blue gown that looked like it had been made just for her. She also bought new shoes and accessories to complete the look. On the night of the event, Cindy got all dressed up and put on her new makeup. She looked stunning, but she wasn't sure if she was ready to attend the event alone. Just then, her fairy godmother appeared. "Cindy, my dear, what are you doing?" she asked. "You're going to the ball, right?" Cindy explained that she had bought a dress and everything, but she didn't know if she should go alone. "Nonsense, child. You are not going to this event alone. I will make sure of it, her fairy godmother said with a wave of her magic wand. And besides, I think someone is waiting for you there. Before Cindy could even ask who, her fairy godmother waved her magic wand, and poof, Cindy was whisked away to the ball in a pumpkin carriage with her 4 mice friends beside her. As soon as they arrived, Cindy saw the handsome prince waiting for her at the entrance. "Cindy, I was wondering if you would come," he said with a smile. "I'm so glad you did. You look beautiful." "Thank you, Prince Charming," Cindy replied, blushing. As the night wore on, Cindy danced with the prince and made many other connections that would help further her career. She had a wonderful time and couldn't believe how lucky she was to have attended the ball. Just before midnight, however, Cindy's fairy godmother appeared again. "It's time to go, Cindy," she said. "The spell's about to break." "Oh, okay," Cindy said, a little disappointed that the night was over so soon. As Cindy was about to leave, she accidentally dropped one of her golden earrings on the stairs. The prince noticed and picked it up. "Here you go," he said. "You dropped this." "Oh, thank you," Cindy said, taking the earring from him. "I'd better get going now." And with that, she left the ball. Cindy's fairy godmother waved her magic wand and poof, she was back in her old clothes, standing outside her house. She sighed. It had been such an amazing night, and she was sad that it was over. But at least she had the memories and the golden earring to remember it by. The next day, Cindy went to return the prince's earring. When he opened the door, he was stunned to see her. "Cindy, is that really you?" he asked. "What are you doing here?" I just wanted to return your earring," she said, holding it out to him. The prince took the earring from her and examined it. I'm afraid this doesn't look familiar," he said. "Are you sure you didn't pick this up at my ball last night?" Cindy blushed. "Oh, no, I'm sorry. I must have gotten the wrong earring then," she said, turning to leave. "Wait," the prince said. "How about you come over for dinner tonight and we can compare earrings?" Cindy smiled. "That sounds lovely, but I can't," she said. "I have plans." "Oh, really?" the prince asked, raising an eyebrow. "And what plans might those be?" "I have plans to start my own business," Cindy said confidently. "I've been working hard on it for the past year, and I am finally ready to take the plunge." The prince was taken aback by her answer. He had expected her to say something like, "I'm helping my mother with some errands," or "I have to study for an exam." Not this. "Well, that sounds exciting," he said. "I wish you the best of luck." "Thanks," Cindy said, smiling. "Maybe we can catch up another time." With that, she turned and walked away. As she did, the prince couldn't help but feel a sense of pride for her. This wasn't just some silly girl who had caught his attention at the ball. She was smart, ambitious, and driven. He knew that no matter what happened between them, Cindy was destined for greatness. From that day on, Cindy worked hard to make her dreams come true. She used the connections she had made at the ball to launch her business, and it quickly became successful. Meanwhile, the prince went on to marry someone else, but that didn't stop Cindy from living her happily ever after. Not only did she have a thriving career, but she was also happy in her personal life. She had found a wonderful man who loved and supported her dreams. In the end, Cindy realized that the real magic wasn't in a fairy godmother or a pumpkin carriage. It was in believing in yourself and your own power to create your own happiness.